Hello there! It's nice to have you here, and I'm here again to keep talking about English in the learning process. I'm here in another video of the MDJ series. If you don't know what the series is about, you could check here in the channel. But I'm here again, and I just want to talk with you about English and some things and how you should approach to learn it. In the last video, I was talking about English and French. That I said to you that I'm learning English since a while. I create this channel mainly because I want to practice my speaking, and uh, besides that, I start to learn French. But I'm not putting my focus on French right now because French is not my goal. English is still the language that is more important to me right now, and that I feel that I should master before go really deep into French or other language. And I want to talk about how I'm trying to approach English in those things, right? I started a new series recently here in the channel, and is I call it to speak or not to speak. In that series, I want to recite the monologue of Hamlet by my mind without any help of device or paper or something. And I will tell you that I'm starting to get some knowledge of it. I'm starting to take the poem and to know it. I can say until, I don't know, the third verse, to be or not to be. That is the question. Whether this novel in the mind to suffer, the slings and arrows, I'm starting to get some things and to guess some things. I will be waiting for I be able to talk properly the whole poem, the whole monologue, soliloquy. I think that this is how it is called, of Hamlet, and I will record here as I'm doing. And I think that is important to my speaking improvement, that my speaking skills improvement, because I'm doing that so I could be able to first training the pronunciation in some words. For example, the word outrageous, that I keep not knowing how to pronounce properly, but is one of the words that there is in the poem, and I will keep trying to pronounce it until I got perfect. And by that, I wanna use this recite type of thing to be able to communicate better, and to first the pronunciation. After, I want to take like the mood of the poem and the tone that I should recite. I was using some recitation of a girl that I see on internet, but now I change it for another, and I don't know how it's called. Probably I will leave a link down here, or not. I don't know, but doesn't matter. I'm trying to take this video as a reference so I could be able to talk properly, to recite properly the poem. I want to talk also about how I'm trying to learn English after all. What is the things that I'm having in mind to learn English right now. So first, I would mention it, the Elsa Speak, which are some app you could check by yourself. It's an app that you can train pronunciation, grammar, conversation, role play, and a lot of things. I really like this app. Mostly, what I like the most is the pronunciation type of thing, because you can speak and the AI will evaluate your pronunciation and give some score, and you can see where you are committing mistakes. So if you say, let's say that there is some specific word that always that you try to pronounce, the word get out weird. So Elsa will help you to learn how to pronounce correctly. And I saw about this. I already had saw before, and I already had tried it before. But recently I saw in a video of Eclau. I don't know if I'm pronounced correct the name of her correctly, but it's a very famous YouTuber about linguistics, and I saw in some videos of her that she was talking about Elsa, and I thinking with myself, oh, you know what? Let me give a try again in that app. So I started to try to make the lessons and pronounce correctly. My main goal is to improve my pronunciation and my accent in general, and I will use that for it. But the cons of Elsa is that it's almost a pay to win program. If it was a game, it would be a pay to win, because if you do not pay it to them, you just have access to 2 lessons per day, which are really scanty. You can learn a language through 2 lessons per day. It's very small indeed, the time that you have to use it, Elsa, but it's still a method, and I will still use it. You know, I try a day and use 2 lessons just to improve a bit my pronunciation and to be more aware of what is the mistakes that I'm committing. I will not buy the premium version, because first, I don't have money. Second, I do not want to waste my money with that. And third, there probably, if I have the money to do so, I would invest in other things. For example, buy some books in English, or even pay with pay a private tutor to teach me the pronunciation and to do conversation classes. So Elsa is still a method, but I feel that it's not very useful, because it's almost a pay to win tool, and I would not recommend for you learn a language through it. You can still use it, but I would not recommend just to do that. It's a very smart system. The AI is very smart indeed, but I would not recommend to just put your confidence, your bro. Today my English is very weird. Yesterday my English was a bit better than now, but okay. I would say to do not put your trust in Elsa, just in Elsa. So yeah, it's still a good method. And besides that, I also using Tandem, which is an app to communicate with other people. So you go there, make your account, and you can talk with someone that is learning the language that you already know, and you are learning the language that they know. So there in Tandem, I'm be able to talk with a lot of people abroad the world, which know English and talk in English. Someone's are native in English and I can talk with them. Some others are not native, but they are learning English, or they know English in a very proficient level. So it's good to me that I can communicate myself with them, because there is a big flaw in my English that I have realized it, that is that I do not have conversations often, and by that I could have a really proficient level in speaking English, in writing English, but be not able to communicate very well with someone because I was not used to it. I can talk with you here in my cell phone for a long period of time, and even though be not able to talk with someone in the street because it's a different thing. If I'm talking alone with my cell phone in my room, I'm just talk without in reply. You can't talk with me being there. This is a video. You can't talk with me. But in the real life, we are dialoguing. So I say something and the other person say another thing, and we are change the words and the phrases between us in such a way that I can learn from it, from the person, and the person can learn from me. But it is that I wanted to share about Elsa and Tandem. I'm doing a lot of friends in Tandem. It has been pretty cool, I would admit, but this is what I'm doing in English, right? Besides that, I'm trying to read. As I said, I have a new reading in English that is A Death by Black Hole and Other Quandaries. It's a very cool book indeed. I'm trying to do the extensive reading type of thing, but I'm noting down some words that I have encountered and that I do not know the meaning of it, so I could check after. Besides that, I also using ChatGPT for some things like write letters. I'm using ChatGPT to write letters for me, like a role play. I ask him to act like a count in England, like person in England, and I act like a count here in Brazil. So I'm trying to write in a very formal way, as count and noblemen's right, and I'm trying to do this. So I ask ChatGPT a letter. I write the letter and send to him, and we be doing this reply, so on and so forth. I received this letter, and he's reading my letter, and we are changing letters. It's not ideal because he's not human, and it's very weird indeed the way that he talks. Even though if it's a perfect model language AI learn machine type of thing to 3000 power, even though could probably be true, that ChatGPT is not a human. It's not a human being, so he's not able to understand nothing. Actually, he doesn't understand nothing. He's just an algorithm that teaches your languages or that speaks with your language. But I'm using them to practice my writing, and that it was being really fun indeed. So I wanna keep trying to do some things in English. It's hard because I already had some level of proficiency, and now what I should do is more complex. It's not like in the early stage of the language process, the language learn process, that you watch a bunch of content and try to understand the vocabulary and try to have contact with the language to understand it. It's more about the activity skills that I should have if I want to improve my English. So I should talk better, I should write better, and to do this, I need to put effort into it. But as I said, I have some level of proficiency, and now I do not want to go there and study grammar, write down a text, doing, I don't know, some essay or type of thing. I just want to consume the language, and this is good. To consume the language will help you become fluent, and I should consume more the language. Was thinking of that I created to speak or not to speak series. It is a good thing, but you can't just rely on passive consumption. You have to work hard to have a really proficient level in English. So I should work harder to improve my English. And I'm trying to do that little by little. I will get in there. And by my French, I will talk about it later, and I will try to study more later because now I'm focused on English. So I don't know, see you guys soon, and bye.